I think as a leader, it's hard to sometimes listen to so many perspectives at once, and then you have to navigate through all of them, and sometimes you have to ignore some of them, including mine, which was always hard, especially in this project, because, well, we're 6 people, and there's these expectations that the person that's taking charge should be more professional, in the sense that sometimes you look up to them and then they have to set up the standard, they have to be the ones that are always like on time and so on. So I felt like I couldn't really take time off, in the sense that I also had days when I didn't feel like doing anything or I wanted to slack off, but I couldn't because there was this expectation that I have to put people in their place and so on. But I think what it taught me is that, well, I'm also human and I should sometimes let go. And actually, I'm very surprised with the outcome of this project, because in the beginning I had a very different idea in mind and everything changed in the end. And I'm very happy with whatever happened. I know I was not that good at actually saying that I'm happy with things, but I always trusted that we're going to go in the right direction. So for me, that was never the problem. It's just, it took us some time to get there, like in any group work. But it's for the first time ever that actually we did it in such a way that we got to learn how we work together. I think that was a really nice process.
I used to work with suicidal people, radicalization, sexual abuse, violence, drug abuse and stuff like that. I thought that group work at the university would be peanuts for me, but it turned out that it was not. For me, being involved with other people makes expectations, irritations, vulnerabilities and risks. For me, every kind of social interactions requires me to make an effort. And that's why group work at the university will probably never be peanuts for me. I want to thank this group for the mirror that we created together, where we could see each other and ourselves for both the good and the bad things.
So with this project, we had to peel off the layers of boundary, emotions, and group dynamic. We started to discover how much we have in common about our journey on ITPD, also in the group, how much emotions we share, and how we feel about working together. What I discovered with this project is that how much I changed since my last education, and how my role changed in the group, which probably I have to work on for the next semester.
When I started applying for this group and when I saw the theme about are you too emotional, I was thinking, what was this theme about? And I got super curious, and that is why I applied for it. I was wondering, how are we going to work with emotions without getting personal? I mean, it is just a 3-week project, and we are going to work with this as a group. So after working with this group for the past 2 weeks and a half, I realized that, hey, it's okay to be personal, and it's okay to act normal in group dynamics. I thought this was actually pretty good. Everyone understood each other, and we managed to get on the same page together. And I would like to thank this group for giving me this opportunity in order to realize that, hey, everyone actually does have feelings, and everyone in their different roles wants to say something, even the quiet ones, even the loud ones. So I thank you for that.
So during this project, I became aware of my personal skills. I realized my influence as an individual in a group. In this project, we started to work on group dynamics, so we started to uncover it, and that made us to just come out of our comfort zone. In one of the exercises we did in a group, we planned to act as another person for a day. So we had to write down our attributes to give it to each other. So the next day we come as another person. And when I wrote down my attributes, I became disappointed in myself, because that was a view of me in my mind from myself. And in the workshop day, I was also participating in the exercise, and again I wrote down those attributes that I was thinking it's me. And when another participator started to act as me, it was so difficult for me to see, because it was a different person. Maybe she exaggerated my attributes, but I was totally a different person than the person she acted. So I became aware of who I am, my values in the group, and who I think I am. So I was thinking I was a bit underestimating myself and my values in a group. Well, now I feel better now that I realized that, so I can kind of balance it in my life.
When we started this project, I was actually thinking that we were going to work with other people's emotions, observing others as researchers. But it turned out that during the course of the project, like in the first 1.5 weeks, I really discovered about myself and the group dynamics in our group, that this project actually was much more about our group than our group observing others. We talked to Professor Henry, and he mentioned the forming, storming, norming, performing procedure. And I could really tell in the second week that this is what we're going through. We were going through these 4 phases, and on the second presentation, it came to me that this is what we came through, and we actually ended up really performing, and we did well. We got a lot of appraisal for what we did, and we were told by some of the test members that they thought we had a really good group, and it showed that we had a good dynamics. And that was really nice to know, and it really taught me a lot about myself and how I work in a group dynamics.